Hello, traders. Welcome to this live webinar with Elite Currency. My name is Svorcik, and today we take a look at the results of our live trading in Forex and CFD markets of March 2024, of course, and also the entire quarter one of this year. Besides that, a review of all 7 of our systems. We're also going to take a look at some of the markets. All right, so stay tuned for that as well. All right, so first, March of this year, we had basically 6 systems that were in positive and 1 slightly negative, which was less than 1%. So all in all, nothing to worry about. Our best approach is still flagship with more than 120% profit, although it had a slight loss in March with minus 0.74%. After that, we had basically a mixture of results anywhere from plus 1.3% to plus 6.3% on the rest of the 6 systems. Athena EA crossing the magical mark of 100% there, going up to 102.5%. And Cronus and Hades moving up as well to 40 and the 50% mark. And the last 3 EAs, the last 3 systems, still basically a little bit on the lower end of the performance at plus 14 and plus 19%. So let's take a look at all of these systems one by one. All right, flagship, the one, of course, that we are, most capital is on this one because it has the longest trading history. It has the lowest drawdown, the lowest risk. And we're trading this, I myself, with more than $500,000. And in total, with other Elite Currency members, clients, traders that found us like you are watching now, plus trade capital from our own group, like Nikita, we are over 1 million, as I mentioned already in the previous video. So that's very encouraging and a great milestone for us. Here is one of the MyFX book. This is these stats are from our back office, our new back office since about half a year ago, automatically updated. So if you join us at Elite Currency and you log into your members area, you would see that as well. And not only this, but you would see how you can join, what systems are available, what the performance is for different time frames. Here is one of our MyFX book links for one of our flagship accounts because we have so much capital. We are spreading that risk and using multiple accounts to trade this method. One of those is this one, as you can see, up 238% in 1.5 years, or 1 year and 8 months. So wonderful result, 6.5% per month, drawdown of only 10%. So flagship for us is definitely the way to go. We appreciate the stability, consistency, and results in over 4 years of live trading. Once again, live trading, no back testing, real live trading. So I think anyone who is experienced in trading would say more than 3 years is a wealth of data, a wealth of experience, and we have more than 4 years. And once again, as I mentioned in the previous videos already a couple of times, our main income is from trading and not from teaching, not from courses or selling courses. No, from actual trading. More than 90% of that income, 6-figure income, is from actually trading. All right, Athena EA up more than 100%, almost 3% per month, drawing down a little bit more. It is a grid system, so of course riskier, but I like the diversification. I don't want to have all my eggs in one basket. Same thing, like any one stock could be a great stock, but a little bit of spreading your capital makes sense in my view. So that's what I do with Athena EA. Put a little bit of my capital that I could afford to risk and lose with Athena EA on Athena EA. But of course, always keep in mind that it's good to withdraw the profits because losing more capital is always possible, and Athena EA is a slightly higher risk, or it is higher risk, I should say, than flagship. So that's something to be aware of. But good results. Cronus, PAM, above 50% at the moment. Its monthly average is actually higher, but because it's trading shorter since June and now I guess trading about 9 months, it actually has less total performance, but its monthly average is higher. So after a great start, of course, it would be great to reach a 1 year mark because 9 months is still short. Athenia has been trading for 2 years, so that's its advantage for that particular track record. But it's off to a great start, drawdown only 12.5%. I particularly like this EA and approach, and I think that the results speak for themselves so far. But yes, another 3 months will at least give it a year. And of course, the longer the track record, in general, the sturdier and more robust um, the data are. Now, that doesn't mean that historical data is everything. Of course, historical data is just one point, and we should always be careful. Back tests results or historical results don't guarantee anything for the future. But that said, of course, if you're trading 4 years, that track record has a little bit more information, offers more information than a track record of 1 month. I think that's fair to say. So 9 months is still short, but at least we're getting closer to a year. Then we have Hades up more than 40%, a little bit more drawdown, monthly about 2.5%. Signals of our Telegram channel up 20%, but too volatile for the moment. So waiting for more information there. Humorous almost up 20%, but going through an open drawdown at this moment. So let's see how that plays out in April. And Zucier making some comeback, but still less, around 15%. So we need more time to see how this plays out as well. You can track everything on my FX book, by the way. All right, all of our results, all of our systems are there. Ones that have worked well, ones that didn't work well. By the way, we're very honest and transparent and consistent in that. So, once again, flagship is the one where we have the most experience. 4 years of live trading. We started back in 2019. The first EA we actually highly traded back in 2020. Didn't work out that well, but this one did. This was the second one we've been trading, and yeah, we have basically more than 4 years of live trading. Only one losing month per year, and typically that's, as far as I remember, the worst losing month was more or less 3 to 4%, not more than that. So a very small loss. And trades are typically short, a few seconds, few minutes, few hours, but usually not more than that. So the risk from that point of view is low. Okay. All right. Now let's take a look at some of the markets. So we gave a quick overview of our live trading results. So I'm pretty happy with March. Nothing spectacular, nothing out of this world, but steady as it goes, consistent. And I think overall, Q1 of 2024 was pretty good from all systems point of view. Some did better than others. Flagship, of course, overall in Q1 did good. Besides March with a slight loss, Athenia did good, Cronus did good, but Signals and Zeus, of course, still need to kind of prove themselves a little bit, in my view, a little bit more. All right, now let's take a look at. I'm going to share something else now, and take a look at this chart of the euro dollar. I'm sure you're interested in that as well. So euro dollar made a breakout here, then continued, made a break, pullback continuation, made a break, and fell almost down to the previous bottom, but actually bounced off that previous bottom with a pretty strong momentum to the upside. So this looks like some kind of triangle in my view, where we could be looking at an A up, a B down, a C up, a D down, and then an E up, finishing an E here up, and then go down again. Theoretically, it could also be that this is an A and we're still in a B that could go up here. So we will know that if price were to break above this top, then we're probably looking at an A down, a B up, C down, D up, E down, and the triangle breaks to the upside. If that top does not break, then we're looking at that first scenario of a bearish triangle with A, B, C, D, E, and then a downward move towards the minus 272 target and 78.6 fib at 106, 105.75. And we'll probably look at an A, B, and C, with that wave B being a triangle, A, B, C, D, E triangle. So A, B, I should say, sorry, not that high, excuse me. A, B, C, and then up. Because at this moment, this looks like a momentum up. This is a correction and then up again. If price stays below this top. So let me get rid of these fibs. And put the fib from here to here. And price should go to the 78.6 fib if this is a triangle. If this is a bearish triangle, it would be, once again, an A, B, C at the deeper fib, 78 or 88.6 fib for the wave C. Same for the wave D. The wave E could finish in any fib, in fact, and then it should move down if this is a bearish triangle. If this is a bullish triangle, then price would have to break above this top. We would take this fib away, in fact, move it back to this swing, and then this would be a wave A, and the wave B would probably finish at the 78 or 88.6 fib and move down for wave C again at the 78 or 88.6 fib, move up for wave D again, 78 or 88, and then down for E and move up from E upwards towards, then it would in fact move up higher. Of course, we would have to put fib from here to here, and it could move up to 112.50, 113 in that case. So very important would be how price responds to this fib once again at 109.25 and 109.50 and 109.80. Okay, if we have to respect 109.25 and 109.50, the deeper fibs, if this is a bearish triangle, if it breaks above that, it's starting to look like a bullish triangle. But in that case, still, of course, expect more still expect price to bounce back and forth between these highs and lows, between these tops and bottoms, for triangle continuation, price to go sideways before breaking upwards. If this is a bearish triangle, price should break to the downside. Okay. At this moment, I would expect price to make a channel, to make a flag. I think it's a little bit exhausted after such a huge run up in the last 2 days. I would expect price to make some kind of retracement here. It is a strong resistance zone. Make a bounce, perhaps back to the 21 EMA. Use that as a bouncing spot to move up towards the 78.6 fib, which of course could be a potential resistance zone for a bounce back down if this is that bearish triangle that I spoke about. Okay. If, however, price keeps building bull flags, and keeps breaking those bull flags, of course, above these fibs, then the outlook has changed or will change, and we're looking at that potential bullish triangle I just mentioned. Okay, if this is, if at any point you want to review it again, just go back to the recording and review that part if this was too fast for you. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at US 30. Bounced off the 40,000 level all the way down to 39. That's what I mentioned, that 40,000 should be resistance, and at least make a retracement to about 39,000. Now let's see how it responds to that, to this trend line, in fact. And if it's able to break through that trend line, we might be looking at a bigger correction. And for the moment, I would expect that maybe to make some kind of up, head and shoulders, or flag and break. And I would expect a slightly bigger correction myself. But if it does break above 40,000, of course, then this might be looking at a strong uptrend and more continuation higher. Pound USD. We are looking at price basically made a false break, went back into the range, retested the top, moved down to the bottom, and now bounced at the bottom. Stayed within this zone since we had our webinar of 2 weeks ago, which was, I think, about somewhere around here. And yeah, I think that I would keep an eye on the weekly chart to look for breakout on the weekly candle with a close above 128 or below 125 for breakout on the weekly, and look for a pullback maybe on the lower time frames. On lower time frames, I don't see that much interesting right here right now halfway this zone. But if it were to make a pullback into 125.75, it could be an interesting spot with a left shoulder ahead and a right shoulder for a move up back into 128, 127.50 zone. So something like this could be interesting. Or it makes a flag, breakout continuation into that zone. And of course, that resistance at 127.50, 128 could again be a bouncing spot back downwards. All right. Dollar yen doesn't look that interesting going flat here. Gold, um, nice momentum. Good uptrend, of course. Bullish momentum here. Some retracement maybe back into 2200, back into these tops could be interesting if it gets down that low. Back into this range could be a good bouncing spot. Retracement and bounce, in my view, seems interesting. And of course, Bitcoin as well, BTC USD. Seems like it's making some correction, obviously, here with an A, perhaps a B, a C. Is it a triangle? Perhaps it's possible. A, B, C, D, E. Then it would be an upside break could be expected. Or if it's a bigger bearish correction, this could be A, and then we have a B and a C. Within B, we could have A, B, C, D, E, and then down. So the longer this goes sideways, I think the higher the chance it might make a correction lower. In fact, if it takes up to, if whole of April is a sideways correction, I think we could see a move down to 55,000 in May, maybe, or June. If within this month, though, it just were to break above 72, 73,000, and the uptrend continuation might be immediate, and with a target around 80,000 and 100,000. And yeah, I would say that this month is pretty important because if it doesn't make a higher high within this month, I think there's a fair chance at least that there could be a correction and a lower retracement, as I already mentioned, in May and June, and maybe in the summer, then a continuation of the uptrend after bouncing off the 38.2 fib at 55,000, maybe 50,000 at the 50 fib. I would say would be probably, as far as I would expect, the max retracement on this Bitcoin before an uptrend is likely to continue. All right, so folks, that's it for now. We'll be back 2 weeks from now. Wish everyone great trading. Check out those EAs on elitecurrency.com, or better yet, write us an email at info@elitecurrency.com to ask how to join the flagship and or how to join any of the EAs. I like to diversify over all 7 systems and methods. And of course, feel free to reach out to ask how you can do that too. And all of this is either trading managed accounts that we manage it, Elite Currency manages for you, or you could trade some of the EAs on your own if you prefer. So there are a lot of solutions. All of them are looking quite interesting, some more than others, but still might be worth considering more just to diversify the capital. Of course, wish everyone great trading in general, great month ahead in this April, and we'll see you in the next webinar, I hope. And if you join, of course, the live webinars, you can also ask questions on the go through the chat here. All right, hope to see you in one of these sessions soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.